As most of you guys know, I'm pregnant, and I had my first appointment with my midwife on Thursday. And at this point, I'm not scared of labor yet, anyway. What I am scared of is being rushed or drugged or having a C-section. I'm scared of this because I am in the best health that I can be right now, which means my baby will be healthy. And I am a self-proclaimed New Age hippie, so I do not view birth as a medical emergency as most Western doctors do. I believe it's a natural thing, and I am born to do this, basically. So for me, to help protect myself against being drugged, a C-section, and being rushed, I believe there's two different options. There's a doula and a midwife, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. So we will go over what a midwife is, what a midwife does, and what they can do legally, as well as what a doula is, what a doula can do, and what they can do legally. So first of all, what is a midwife? A midwife is a certified professional in the birthing and postnatal and prenatal field, basically is what they are. There are 4 different kinds of midwives, and that is ranked on their certification levels. There is a philosophy to midwives, which minimizes medical intervention, which means not a lot of blood tests like if you go to a regular doctor. They focus a lot more on the education and the counseling of being pregnant, so that way all the women are very well informed along with the spouses and fathers of the child. And if you do become a high-risk pregnancy, they know the people to get you in and how to be seen. And all this can be found on mana.org. It's a really, really good website. So what's the difference between a midwife and a doctor? Well, a midwife gives you the adequate time that you need to answer your questions. Most of the time my experience with doctors is you're rushed, you're waiting for them forever, and then they're like, okay, you're done, let's go, I got another patient. Midwives, they're a little bit more calm. They let you ask the questions that you want to ask, and they give you the answers you want to hear. They don't want to scare you, they want to tell you the truth and what really to expect. And they're very individualized. If you have a family situation or a culture or something, they're very open to that. So now we're going to go into the 4 different kinds of midwives, and I have everything written up here, so I'm just going to briefly go through everything. The first one that most insurances cover is a certified nurse midwife, which means that she was a nurse and went to midwifery school. So as a nurse, she can prescribe medication, pain medication, she can do checks, she can do pretty much almost anything what a doctor can do, almost. But she's a certified nurse. Then the step right under that is a certified midwife, which means most of them have bachelor's degrees or master's, and they're not necessarily nurses first, but they can do the same thing that a certified nurse midwife can do. Then there's the certified professional midwife. And what these ones do, they cannot prescribe medication. That's the big thing. If you get a certified professional midwife, insurance most likely won't cover it, and they cannot provide any medication. They can do, they're mostly in birthing centers, and they have their own practice, and doctors really don't like them too much because they weren't a nurse first. There's also a direct entry midwife where she just goes into training. She is certified and she is tracked, but again, she wasn't a nurse before. And they tend to earn the certified professional midwife certification, which means no medication. So now that we have learned what a midwife is, what's a doula? A doula has been one of the longest professions for women, helping women during pregnancy. They're more of the emotional and psychological aspect of giving birth. They're very, very, they're professionals at what they do. They know a lot of what they do, but they're not a nurse. They don't really have any connection with the medical world, even though they know all the medical procedures and the names and all that stuff. Doulas are more, they're used more for support. And studies have shown that they reduce the labor, they reduce negative feelings, they reduce medication associated with pregnancy, and it reduces the request for pain medication during labor. So doulas, they're more emotional and more psychological. So they're your support. A lot of women in the U.S. don't have their mothers close by, and they can be a surrogate mother. They've been to all these pregnancies, they know the signs, but they use massage, breathing, and relaxation techniques, and labor positions, and they're more holistic type of way of doing it. So in conclusion, midwives, there's 4 different kinds: a certified nurse, certified midwife, certified professional, and direct entry. The last 2 cannot provide medications, and they're not usually accepted by insurance. And doulas are more of the psychological need of the mother and the family, and massaging and all that good stuff. I do recommend, whether or not you're expecting a child or if you've had one, look into these documentaries. They're very, very good documentaries. That's where I learned most of my stuff about labor and doulas and all that good stuff. So in conclusion, I believe, because of my philosophy and my lifestyle, I'm going with a midwife, and I'm lucky enough to be able to have one. And with her help, my husband's help, hopefully we'll bring in a healthy child with no complications